wanna be down with the king.
It's the Sports Kings.
Sports Kings.
He might fall off the wagon in the next 10 minutes.
Rob Calloway.
It's about bringing talent. It's not about all the flash and glitz and glam.
Not your average sports talk show. The Sports Kings.
This is NFL legend, Work Done.
This your boy D. Howard, a.k.a. Superman.
I'm Jerome Bettis, the bus.
It's Cam Newton. Holla at your boy already.
This is Hank Aaron, and I'm down with the King.
Tell a friend, Kings is back.
All righty. Rob Calloway flying solo. I'm not even sure if this thing is on. Let me check in this microphone to make sure this thing is on. Now, this is actually my first time. Well, not doing radio, not doing the show, but this is actually my first time doing this show live since, we started doing the show like officially live. Of course, it had been the podcast type deal for a minute. And then we changed up and started going live from 7 to 9 right here via Spreaker.com. And so I'm kind of hoping that everything's working all right. My folks, Coop, and also Only One Mr. Green have not checked in the chat room yet. So I'm not even sure if I'm even registering any audio. Maybe Big Mike or somebody can hop in the chat room and let me know if I'm giving out some audio, because I would hate to give you all the worst 2 hours of sports talk radio in the history of Spreaker.com. No, I joke. But I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm hearing. I have no idea what's going on here. Maybe, am I on? Okay, well, Coop says he hears me. All right, so here we go. Let's set this thing up properly. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is Sports Kings Live. I am Rob Calloway, flying solo dolo for the next few weeks, while my homie Big Mike, gets well, recuperates from that junk enlargement. Shouts out to you, Mike. Mike said he's leaving the world of radio, going into the world of porno. So that's that. But anyway, don't forget, we are on just about every form of social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Sports Kings Live. We haven't started doing the Snapchat thing yet. I don't think we're going to start doing that. But we do what we can. Also, the email, sportskingslive@gmail.com. A lot of things going on in the world of sports today. So, see, this is what I'm saying now. I guess this is Mike checking in saying, I'm glad that idiot Mike ain't there. Oh, whatever, man. See, that's how they do on the Solomon Brothers text line. Yeah, that boy Mike is an idiot. Get Mike off the radio. Well, anyway, a lot of things going on in the world of sports. Oh, but before we get into the world of sports, today is Wednesday, which means that it is Women Crush Wednesday. And we have a Dominican-Cuban beauty that we've selected, or you guys selected, as this week's Women Crush Wednesday. Her name is Cosmopolitan_Yo. Cosmopolitan_Yo. She lives down in Miami, and she is a beauty. Oh my God, that's what the old players used to say. Man, she's a beaut. God, she's a beaut, man. Yeah. Y'all selected the right one with this one. All right, I'll say that much. All right, so got some things that we're going to be talking about tonight, including the ESPYs is going down tonight, and Caitlyn Jenner will be honored at the ESPYs despite controversy. Last night we had the 86th MLB All-Star Game, where the American League got by the National League by a score of, I think it was 6-3, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 6-3 in the 86th annual MLB All-Star Game, where Mike Trout won his second straight All-Star Game MVP. Also, I got to make sure I mention this because this is one a friend of the show, Hank Aaron, Johnny Bench, Sandy Koufax, and Willie Mays were all selected as MLB's greatest living legends. And I had to make sure that I definitely I gave a shout out to those guys because, of course, Hank Aaron, if you listen to the intro, you know that what? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Hank Aaron is down with the King. So big shouts out to them. I didn't watch the All-Star game. I just got to be real with you. Didn't watch the All-Star game last night. Didn't watch the home run derby the night before. I don't know what's up with me and my love affair for baseball because, if you know me, if you listen to this show, then you know that, I'm a big-time baseball fan. But I just don't know what my love for the game, the purest game of them all. I don't know what happened. Maybe, you know what? I know what happened. I got fired. No, I'm just playing. I can't blame that on everything. But something happened along the way where this year I have not been, I've just not been engaged at all. I know the Braves made some moves. I try to keep up with them as much as I can, but for some reason, there's just no interest there at all. So Coop is checking in saying, hell no, the WCW. Do you approve, Coop? Do you approve of this week's Women Crush Wednesday? Do you approve? Cosmopolitan _ yo, I think she's a beauty. A Dominican-Cuban mix. I like it. Look at this. I got Mike in the chat room. Mike can't do the show today, but he's in the chat room. And who's Kate Lee? I said Caitlin, not Kate Lee. But anyway, I don't know what happened with my love affair for baseball. I mean, this football thing, of course, everybody knows that football is like the year-round sport, even when they're not playing football. And I've kind of embraced it. Oh, Coop says she's all right. I think she's nice. Did you see both picks, Coop? I think the WCW's all right for today. But yeah, I've kind of embraced this football thing year round. Now basketball, I'm all about the hoop. Watch some great basketball. This season, watch some great playoff action. Been keeping abreast with the whole free agent signings and all of that. But I've been more interested in the free agency and everything going on, between the NBA and the NFL. I've been more engaged in that than I have in the actual sport of baseball. And, it's kind of one of those things for me. I grew up on the sport, playing the sport. My, my granddad got me into baseball when I was just a whippersnapper. And, I've always had this love affair with baseball. But, it's not too late for it. The season is not all gone. So I'll just say that. And maybe now that there's not really anything going on right now. Well, college football is right around the corner. So I have, about 40-something days to try to watch as much baseball as I can. Well, good luck at that, Rob. Good luck with that. Yeah, because I doubt if that happens. I really do. Anyway, football. If you're listening via Spreaker, you see the title of today's show. NFL wide receivers cashing out. It wasn't like every wide receiver in the National Football League lined up and went to the pay window. But, last night, Mike and I, we were talking about, the Cowboys and the Broncos, and there was this whole talk about collusion and the possibility that they were, that they were talking to each other, the teams were talking to each other about, the finances and the structures of the contracts and all of that. Well, lo and behold, this afternoon, the news broke that the Cowboys and Dez Bryant reached a deal, a 5-year deal worth $70 million, $45 million guaranteed. And then for Denver, Bebe Thomas, Demaryius Thomas, also signed a $70 million deal, 5 years, with $43.5 guaranteed. And so as of right now, if the league started right now, this is what your highest paid wide receivers would look like. Megatron, Calvin Johnson, $16.2 million. Dez Bryant at $14 million. Bebe at $12.8 million. And Mike Wallace at $12 million. Now, as we talked about yesterday, next in line for a pay increase, a new contract, would be A.J. Green, formerly of the University of Georgia, now with the Cincinnati Bengals, and also Julio Jones, the Alabama product, now here in Atlanta with the Falcons. Now, for everything that I've read, nobody from the Falcon organization and Julio's representatives are even talking right now. Not so sure what's going on with AJ Green and that Cincinnati situation. But here's what you're looking at. Both of these guys this year will be making the exact same amount, $10.1 million, which is not too far off of Mike Wallace money. 12, I mean, it's $2 million. I mean, listen to me, like I got millions. Okay. But, you know, $10 million, not too far off from, you know, what the lowest of the highest paid receiver is making at 12. But here's the deal. If talks break down between Cincinnati and AJ and his people when they get ready to start, and the same thing with the Falcons, if talks break out or stall, both of these guys could then have their franchise tag placed on them, would then pay them right around $14 million for a season. Now, if I'm AJ or Julio, you know, I'm going to separate the two. If I'm AJ, I'm telling my people, like, look, we got to work something out. Like, we see where the market is right now. We see where it is. So when we can begin the negotiations and you know, to get the new contract, let's go for it. Don't go in talking about, oh, I want Calvin Johnson. No, just go in and say, look, I want what everybody else is getting, you know, which seems to be 5 years, $70 million. Now, if you're Julio Jones, if I'm Julio Jones, I can't even lie. My people would have already been talking with Arthur Blank and Thomas Dimitroff and the real GM, whatever. I forget the other guy, Pioli. They would already be talking because guess what? Julio Jones is the best offensive weapon the Atlanta Falcons have right now. Roddy White is at the end. Devin Hester, he's Devin Hester. Not sure what we're going to get out of the run game this year. So I would have to say that Julio should, you know, be coveted by the Falcons organization. He should be coveted. Because I think when I look at this list, I'm like, okay, well, you know, because we gave our top 5 yesterday, and Julio is right there with these other guys, and I don't, you know, again, I don't see what, you know, why these talks have not been going on. You know, we heard Julio a couple weeks ago say that, you know, that he couldn't be worried about what Dez Bryant was doing in Dallas, but he wasn't, you know, going to miss any camps or anything like that because his team needs him. Well, the team does need you. But just say if something was to happen, Julio, Quintorris, Lopez, Jones. Yes. Whole name. Just say if something happened, right? And lo and behold, you couldn't be like Julio that we all know. I don't think the Falcons are going to want to pony up, right? Say you get another injury. Say this year you get an injury. Do the Falcons really pony up? You know, I could ask Coop, who's like the de facto Atlanta Falcons general manager. If Julio gets hurt, Coop, is Arthur Blank going to pony up and give this dude top 5 money? I don't think so. Again, I could be mistaken, but I don't think so. He's the biggest commodity that we have here. If you ask me, Julio Jones, well, I was about to say Julio Jones is more important than Matt Ryan, but somebody has to throw the ball to Julio. But you know what? Now that I think about it, I think oh my God, and forgive me for saying this, but when it comes to a talent like Julio Jones, right? I think that any quarterback that's standing in the pocket that has time, you know, the line has to all be working well. But any quarterback that has time, I think that you know, they can make it happen with Julio. So maybe I will stand on that and say Julio Jones is the most